So good afternoon and welcome back, students. Now we will discuss a short topic of arithmetic, commercial arithmetic, banking. In course of ICSE, only recurring deposit is added and rest is removed. So we will discuss about recurring deposit. Recurring deposit means what? Sometimes the small savings are deposited on daily basis or monthly basis by the accountee. For example, if Aditi is an accountant and she saves rupees 500 every month and deposit it in bank, then these types of deposits are called recurring deposit. You must have heard about the fixed deposit or the other types of deposits also. In this recurring deposit, money is deposited regularly, and this type of account is recurring deposit, in which a certain amount of money is deposited every month or every year or every day, etc. So the amount which is deposited per month, if we denote it by X, we say sum deposited every month equals to rupees X. So this we have assumed first of all that sum of money deposited every month is rupees X, or we can call it installment per month also. Installment per month means the amount which a person deposits in his or her bank account. Then for how many months? And in recurring deposit, it is fixed for 3 years, that the person will deposit rupees X per month for n months. So the next important thing is number of months, and let it be n. N months are there. Then the first thing which we have to find is the equivalent principal for 1 month. So learn this formula for equivalent principal for 1 month. Equivalent principal for 1 month means that sum which will fetch the same amount in 1 month which this rupees X produces in n months. So equivalent principal for 1 month is obtained by multiplying this X with n into n plus 1 upon 2. This principal is called equivalent principal for 1 month. So first of all, we find this equivalent principal for 1 month. Sometimes students use the direct method, but in exams, sometimes it is asked one by one. And this is the pattern of ICSE, that they, instead of asking the sum directly, ask about in 3 or 4 parts. So you should learn this formula of equivalent principal for 1 month also. Don't use that method in which we directly find the principal or the rate of interest, etc. So equivalent principal for 1 month. The method should be the same. First of all, you write sum deposited every month, which is rupees X, then number of months, n months. Equivalent principal for 1 month, X into n plus 1 by 2. Means we assume that all the sum is deposited at the same time in 1 month. So we have to deposit rupees X into n plus 1 upon 2. And consider it to be the real principal. But time is, we already have written, though the total time is n months. But in this, we have assumed that time is 1 month. And rate of interest must be given in the question. Rate of interest. rate of interest is given R%. We are discussing everything in terms of unknowns. X, sum of deposited every month, N, number of months, equivalent principal for 1 month, X into N into N plus 1 by 2, rate of interest, R%, time 1 month. So we can find the interest by the use of simple formula. As for 1 month, we can use the formula for simple interest also, even when it is the compound interest. Now principal is the equivalent principal, which is not the actual principal only. This X into N plus 1 by 2 is not the actual principal, into R into 1 by 12 upon 100. So simplifying this, we can find the interest X into N plus 1 by 2 into R into 1 by 12 over 100. So this is the interest. So after finding the interest, we can find the maturity amount. Maturity amount means the amount which the person who has opened a recurring deposit account in bank after the completion of this n months. So the amount which he gets is the maturity amount, and we know that amount equals to always principal plus interest. But remember, this principal is only an imaginary principal. This is the principal which we have only assumed. This is actually not the real principal. So to find maturity amount, we have to work on the real principal. Now, if rupees X is deposited for n months, means how many we have deposited in n months? If every month we deposit rupees X, in 2 months we can deposit 2x, in 3 months we can deposit 3x, in 10 months we will deposit 10x, and in n months we will deposit nx rupees. So the total sum which is deposited is n into x, which is the principal, plus interest. So this is the interest. Nx or xn is the same thing, n plus 1 by 2 into r into 1 by 12 upon 100. So find the real value of this by the calculations to get the total maturity amount. Don't use this formula directly. Some students use this formula directly, but when the question is asked part-wise, they are not able to solve as they are doing the learning method. Instead of that, do it stepwise. So first of all, write all the information. Sum deposited every month rupees X. Number of months N. Equivalent principal for 1 month X into N plus 1 by 2. Time is taken 1 month. 1 month means 1 by 12 year. Rate of interest is given R%. Then we use interest equals to PR2 upon 100 equals to X into N plus 1 by 2, which is the equivalent principal. Rate of interest is R. Time is 1 by 12 over 100. So maturity value which is obtained by real principal plus interest. Now real principal we know that is obtained by number of terms into the sum deposited every month. So write this notes first of all, then we will discuss the question also. Some students have doubts about the meaning of equivalent principal. What is the meaning? So think about the term. If you deposit rupees X initially for n months, so you will get interest on this for n months. So what will be the interest on rupees X for n months? But at the same, when you go to deposit the second installment, again rupees X, then how many months will be there for this sum to be deposited? As the total time for the recurring deposit is n years, and we are depositing rupees X per month, n months, sorry. The total time is n months and we are depositing rupees X per month. So for first amount which we deposit, we get the interest for complete n months. And for the second month, when we deposit the amount on the second month, rupees X, then for how much time will it remain inside the bank? So how can you prove that equivalent principal is n into n plus 1 by 2 into X? For this, Let's assume that, as we have already assumed, there is no need to assume it again, that we are depositing rupees X per month for n years, for n months. So first installment, installment number one, we are depositing rupees X. So it will remain inside the bank for a period of how many years? How many months? It is for a period of X months, n months. As we are depositing it for n months, so it will remain inside the bank for a period of n months. Again, if we deposit rupees X second month, so it remains deposited inside the bank for a period of n minus 1 months. Again, we go to deposit rupees X in third month, so it remains inside the bank for n minus 2 months. For example, if you open the bank account for 12 months and you deposit rupees 500 per month, so for this rupees 500, it remains inside the bank for 12 months. The next installment of rupees 500 will remain inside the bank for 11 months, and the next installment of rupees 500 will remain inside the bank for 10 months. Similarly, the last installment, that is 12th installment, we will deposit it at the beginning of the 12th month, so it remains inside the bank for 1 month only. Similarly, when we deposit rupees X, it remains inside the bank for n months. The next installment will remain inside the bank for n minus 1 months, for next n minus 2 months, and finally for the nth month, when we go to deposit it, it remains in the bank for only 1 month, and the previous installment which we deposited n minus 1th month, means in this case for the 11th month, it will remain inside the bank for 2 months. Similarly, this rupees X will remain inside the bank for 2 months. And n is unknown, so we write dash here. Okay, so from 1 to 3, so for each principal, the period is different. To make it equal, we assume that all the sum which is fetching the interest in n month is deposited in 1 month only. So we have to deposit n times the sum. Means if we are depositing rupees 500 and remains inside the bank for 12 months, and to get the same interest in 1 month, we have to deposit 500 into 12 rupees inside the bank. Actually, we are not depositing this rupees 6,000, but we are only finding the interest for 500 rupees for 12 months. We know that formula is PRT upon 100. P R, if R is 10% and time is 12 months, 12 upon 12. As we know that 12 months means 1 year, over 100. But if we want to get the same interest in 1 month, so we deposit 500 into 12 into 10 into 1 by 12. Now month is only 1, over 100. Similarly, this happens. So now if you add all these sums, means you have to first you have to deposit nx, for second you have to deposit n minus 1 into x, for next you have to deposit n minus 2 into x, and finally you have to deposit x rupees. So all these sums are, when added, it is called equivalent principal. It is not the actual principal. This is the assumption for the principal only. So actual principal, so the equivalent principal is obtained by adding this x for the last month, 2x for the previous month, then 3x for the third last, and finally for first month when we have deposited nx. So x is common between these. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 and so on up to n. So x into, we know that sum of 1 to n is given by n into n plus 1 upon 2. So this sum n into x into n plus 1 by 2 is taken as the equivalent principal, which must be deposited in 1 month to get the same interest. So we will use this equivalent principal. Okay. So now we will discuss some questions of banking from our assignment. The first one is, Aman deposits rupees 500 every month in the recurring deposit account for 2 years. So first read the question properly. 9% per annum. First find the equivalent principal for 1 month. Okay. So first of all, in question 1, we write all the information. Don't forget to write all the information. X means installment per month is rupees 500. N equals to number of months. 2 years is the number of years. We have to write the number of months. So 2 into 12 months. Why number of months? As rupees 500 is deposited every month. So period will also be given in months. 24 months. And rate of interest is given in the question. So we should write that also. Or write all the information before starting the question. Now in first part, we have to find the equivalent principal for 1 month. So we write the equivalent principal for 1 month, then write the formula equals to x into n plus 1 by 2. That is x means installment per month, 500, n means number of months, 24 into n plus 1 is 25 by 2. So 500 into 12 2s are 24, 12 into 25. So you can multiply this easily. 12 into 25, 3 5s are 15 and 4 zeros after that. So this rupees 1,50,000 is the equivalent principal. It is not the actual principal. You know that if you deposit rupees 500 for 24 months, you will get only 24 into 500. That is 24 5s are 120. Only rupees 12,000 inside the bank. You should deposit only rupees 12,000 and it is giving 1,50,000. This is only to calculate the interest. It is not the actual principal. This is only an imaginary principal, equivalent principal, which will fetch the same sum in 1 month, which this 12,000 in all will fetch in 2 years when deposited partially. This 12,000 we are not depositing equally so that we can use P into R, and this one will be wrong. Why? As we are not depositing this 12,000 at once. First we are depositing 500, so we will get interest for 24 months, then 23 months and so on. So for this, first of all, we find the equivalent principal for 1 month only, and considering it to be a principal, in second part, we will find the interest by the formula PRT upon 100. In this, we also have used 1 month only as the time. So time is 1 month means 1 by 12 year. We have to use time in years in this formula of interest. And this is not the simple interest, remember. So we write interest equals to PRT upon 100. Now P means equivalent principal. As we are finding the interest, so we are using only equivalent principal, which is 1,50,000. It is not the actual principal. Rate of interest is 9 again. 9 is given. Into time, we have taken as only 1 month over 100. So these 2 zeros will be cancelled out. It is now 1,500 into this 3 and 4. 3 3 are 9, 3 4 are 12. So 375, 3 are 1125 rupees. So Aman gets rupees 1,125 as the interest in 2 years. And finally, we will find what? Total interest received by 1,125 and the maturity amount. So how to find the maturity amount? For maturity amount C, the maturity amount is given by the formula total sum deposited is number of months into sum deposited per month plus interest. Now number of months is 24. Sum deposited rupees 500 per month. So 24 into 500 plus interest we have calculated 1,125. So it is 12,000 plus 1,125, that is rupees 13,125, which is the final answer. Means Aman gets rupees 13,125 at the end of this period of 24 months. Similarly, you can solve the other questions of this. Bankim invested rupees 2,500, means this will be X. At the beginning of every month in a bank paying 12%, this is R. In a recurring deposit, find equivalent principal for 1 month. and for how many years is not given. Total interest received by him, maturity amount. Banking investment fees 2,500 at the beginning of every month in a bank, paying 12% in the RD, and make correction it for a period of 3 years. For a period of 3 years. Okay. So Banking is depositing rupees 2,500 per month for a period of 3 years. Okay. So make the correction, right? A period of 3 years. For three years. Okay. For 3 years only. So n equals to 3 into 12, 36. This will be the value of n. Now use it in formula of the equivalent principal for 1 month. Then first find the equivalent principal for 1 month and then find the interest using this equivalent principal and the formula PRT by 100. And then finally find the maturity amount by adding the total sum deposited, which is number of terms into the sum deposited plus interest which you obtain when we use interest to get the maturity amount. I think you must have understood it. So continue to solve the sheet. It is in the screen. You can see it. And ask your doubts in comment box if you have any. And whenever you watch the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe the channel. Okay.